It's too early for this?
Yeah.
Even for a possible winning of a $10 gift card to Cumberland Farms?
Yeah, too early.
Too early!
In a land 70 miles southeast of Boston, on a show that's just too damn early, we're ready to break some legs.
You okay there? I'm stuck. Hello, everybody. This is an example of things that go well in your head and not in real life. Wow! Welcome back! It's season 2! Had a moment. Welcome back to the Too Damn Early Show. My name is D-Max.
I'm Sexy Doug.
And we are back for season 2, which is full of a lot of stuff that, whew. We are breaking some leaps and bounds this season. There's some crazy stuff that we're going to do. We're looking at a couple of different things that are going to be coming up within the next couple of months that you guys are going to enjoy. And the broadcast is going to start getting better and better and better and better. But wait, there's more and better. So, first off, the flu. We have to talk about the flu. There were 2 strains of the flu that recently tore through Cape Cod. There was influenza A, and then there was influenza B. I forget which one influenza B is, but I know influenza A is also known as H1N1, or as someone had previously described,
Swine flu! Swine flu!
like, insert you as a young kid from that video.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you.
Perfect. Now, I had swine flu. Did you happen to get the flu?
I was untouched.
Doug was untouched, thank God. Because if you were ended up sick, I don't know what we would have done. And
You might have given it to me.
I might have. Wait. Wow, that would be a pretty huge advancement in biological weapon technology if people could spread sickness through telephone. I call it telesick.
You sure you didn't bomb his apartment?
Pretty sure. I try not to do that. You know, it's a normal thing to try not to do. And plus, he does it pretty well all by himself. I'm sorry, Tony. Every time you try to clean your computer, it's like.
It's deadly. It tries to kill me. It straight up tries to kill me.
You were the only friend I have that I'm able to actively joke about how you almost died twice. Oh, Lord.
Almost died twice because of dust.
Because of dust.
Dust.
You almost ended up dust. Because of dust. So, what's on the schedule today? Well, allow me to summon my best Jeremy Clarkson to, give it to you straight. Tonight, we talk about Season 1 games. Lots about gunfights with random Nerf guns and adults. And we talk about more stuff going on with the 10 years of YouTube. Tony makes a couple of jokes from 10 years ago. And we do a little jingle about going into drive-thrus. So let's talk a little bit about podcasting. What about it, you say? Well, let me tell you something. We are also a podcast. If you are watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever the hell you might be watching the video, if you are too busy cooking, cleaning, possibly laying in bed and too lazy to look at your phone, or godforsaken driving, you can also listen to us on all different podcast sources, such as iTunes and Google Play. And fun fact, on iTunes you can rate us 5 stars, which we wouldn't mind so much. Help us out. Help.
Also, we're on Spotify.
And we're on Spotify. Big ol' spurtifers. So if you wanted to visit any of that, you can check out all these links over here, and you can also go to our website, which is the easiest way to find any way to find us, which is toodamnearlyshow.com.
Not the Too Damn Early Show, just toodamnearlyshow.com.
Too damn early. You do not look at a person in public and you go, "Hey man, these too damn early." You go, "Hey man, it's too damn early."
It's too early for this.
It's too damn early. No, you do not say that. Yeah, it is too damn early for this. Coined phrase we'll get to later. Anyways, we also are just kind of, we're feeling ourselves this season. We're trying to find really where we want to go with this channel, with this broadcast, with this project, and see what you guys like. So, hey, if you think that anything is interesting, please leave a comment, any sort of advice or any sort of suggestions over on any of our social medias. Should be in and around at some point. And let us know what you think, because you guys are a big part of why we do this. The rest of it is
for a treat.
Yeah, exactly. And who doesn't like treats? It's like getting ice cream for your ears. It makes sense, Sonny. You should probably look into it. So, with that, what else has been going on? This has been a crazy day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Without spoiling too much, we were up freaking early.
I can't believe we did it. All of it. It's done. We did it.
We did it.
I said I might not have made it.
Yeah, we were scared that Sexy Doug wasn't even gonna make it. I woke up. Oh God, Tony, could you describe to me what I sounded like over the phone when I got up? Because I don't remember it very well, but I know you do.
Well, let me reenact for you.
Oh God.
Is welcome to the life of people on regular weekly or daily kind of broadcast kind of stuff. It's,
oh God.
That's the game in a nutshell.
I literally sat there and was losing my mind in a dysphoria as I'm sitting there and just singing random stupid stuff, just I find boogers in sunshine, I stick my finger into roses, and then I ended up sitting there just in the shower, just hot water coming down upon me, because I felt like I just slipped out of Satan's butthole, and the whole time I'm just sitting there doing the automatopoeia for 50s music. I'm just sitting there winga dinga 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 winga dinga 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 winga dinga 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 winga dinga dinga dinga. I came out feeling a lot cleaner, but I've never felt like my eyes were like almost a basset hound, just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And then we got into the car, and I just let out so much gas. That being said, another person who also had the flu was our own Dahlia Jade, and we are going live to the scene to ask Dahlia Jade what they felt about the flu. Dahlia Jade, take it away. How was it?
Who, you or me, or the flu?
I don't know, we all had the flu.
That's true. I agree.
It was terrible.
It was very awful.
Absolutely.
My face fell off and everything. They had to tape it back on. It was
Christ.
ridiculous. And so when they put it back on, you see how beautiful it came out?
Yeah.
That's what the flu will do for you.
New face.
New face and everything, lift and all, from the bottom up.
Incredible.
I never thought that you could get new faces by getting the flu. My doctor has lied to me for years. You mean I could have been prettier than this? Assholes. You lied to me, Dahlia
Must have been a
Jade.
scene must have been a scene in Face Off.
Right?
Face
Off. To face or not to face? That is the question.
Oh, you mean where they take the people's face off, like in Face Off?
Yeah, like they take the people's face off. Yeah. It's real cool. So, anyways, there are a couple more things that are going on in and around the world, particularly in and around the Minnesota area. They're a fun group of people, Minnesotans. They live in the worst winter climate in the consecutive United States of America, and they have a funny way of going about it. Tony, what have people been doing in Minnesota that I would call particularly charming?
Well, the whole country has been dealing with a little bout of frozen rain. That was like last week, I believe, like right around New Year's. And particularly around here, and I even caught one in Massachusetts. I thought it was funny. The Massachusetts one, they were playing hockey in their driveway on skates. The Minnesota one, the dude's just running around whistling on a pair of hockey skates while he's shoveling his driveway, skating his driveway while he shovels it.
Perfect.
Sounds like fun.
Hey, you know, Charlie, we don't actually have to go down to the rink this time around. There was a couple of freezing rains that left a nice little slick for us. It's a really cool thing we got going on here. Seriously, Minnesotans are a breed of their own, I will say. Even like, I've even noticed like Massachusetts people, like people off Cape, like in the part of Massachusetts that gets comparable winters to Minnesota, they have similar demeanors to them, and they're just grumpier Minnesotans in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Like, you get the Minnesota nice, and then you get the dude that's outside, like, drinking a PBR, shoveling his driveway in Massachusetts going, it's like, hey, go f*** yourself.
You were banned from the server.
Except the Master B Fireball.
All right. Gotta have that burn go on the way down so it melts your soul. Oh, goodness. People around here are just nuts. I've just realized, like, Cape Codders are different than a lot of other people in Massachusetts from what I'm gathering. And I can't wait to go and experiment and see for myself what the other side is like one day. Maybe.
That being said, you want to see what it looked like, this dude shoveling his driveway while he was skating?
Hell yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Like, just... Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
This is seriously how frozen everything was. I didn't even go out driving. I was like, I just don't feel like it. Nope.
Well, when the cars are away, the ice skaters will play. I mean, if you think about it as pretty good active transport, just let gravity do the rest. No, overall, 10 out of 10. Would skate again. Bravo. It's an interesting thing. Oh, I forgot to mention, there were a couple of Christmas presents that I got that I thought were really cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. The first one, coming to you straight from the land of the rising sun. It's a Japanese instrument of Adama proportions.
Autumn proportions.
Yes, Adama proportions. Ah. Automatone! Don't make fun of me like that. I birthed you. Don't bite me. And
I still can't believe I was finding videos of people playing playing cover music with those things. It blew my mind.
Yeah, the only cover I can do is this is a British woman, an elderly British woman falling down the stairs. Ta-da! I also found the squeaker. Yeah! Now it's a squeaky toy! That's an easy way to get this thing eaten by a dog. I'm taking this out.
I honestly didn't picture that thing was yellow. I thought it was white or black.
That's boring.
Right? Gotta be yellow. I play beautiful music. Ooh, that's a sick. Sounds like I'm choking the thing.
Sounds like a dying lamb.
Right?
Oh, Skrillex used for his keyboard.
Oh my god, it's BB's first automaton! There's a couple of different modes to this. There's, I just got out of bed, which is my personal favorite. You ever hear that Honda Civic that's sitting at the light? hitting the rev bomb and bouncing off the limiter. That's fun. There's also Higher Than Sin, which is if you ever want to just make someone a little tone deaf. Sounds like mice falling down the stairs. Young, like old lady British mice. Or R2D2. So that's fun. Got that, and a pair of pants. Thermal khakis because I want to be Jake from State Farm in sub-zero weather. And yeah, what'd you get for Christmas, dude?
I got a new pair of sneakers.
Nice.
And funny story, my mom shopped at Newberry Comics.
Smart.
Yes,
Smart.
we had weed-related items.
All the cannabinalia that you can possibly imagine.
A cookbook, a game, and a pharmaceutical book.
Yeah, you got the pharmaceutical book, right? I'd honestly love to read that at some point. That sounds like it'd be kind of cool. Look at these little pharmaceuticals. It's in 3D.
Look at all these things worth a fortune.
No kidding. So yeah, that was our Christmas. And yeah, we all sat around my house eating chicken, mashed potatoes, and pizza because we're white trash. All get out.
We had sticks of shrimp and prime rib.
My heart just sank a little bit.
Because we're a family full of chefs.
Yeah, we're a family full of land white people. On the other notes of things, we are going to go to Ariadne to discuss the... Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting about something very important that we need to discuss that bothers the ever-living crap out of me, and I know will bother the ever-living crap out of you as somebody who's worked in tech. Sonos speakers!
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about Sonos speakers. Sonos speakers has brought in something called recycling mode. Basically, the coin term is it bricks your speaker, meaning it is about the usefulness as a freaking brick. It's
Bricked like a failed Windows update.
Yep, just dead. And you have to take it in and replace it with a new one after a certain amount of time, but only with the 20% discount. It's not like they're replacing it for free. 20% discount. You have to spend money if it breaks. These speakers go from $200 to $250, and it just randomly self-destructs, just goes poo-poo, and you have no speaker.
It's not exactly random. Like, to get that coupon, they're trying to get people to upgrade to the newest speaker, and instead of allowing people to sell those speakers, they want them to turn them into trash. Yeah, and they just want to careen the software to death, and then you get a coupon.
E-waste is a great thing. Although I think this is the whole thing. It's trying to combat e-waste, but it's like royally screwing people in the process. Which, I'm sorry, but that's called eating your cake without having it too. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, like, all these speakers are going to be ripped to pieces, and then chunks of them are going to be set in fire in the middle of Africa to get precious metals, and it's just going to go right into the atmosphere. Like, even though somebody could have just continued using that speaker for a little while instead of producing more speaker and whatever.
Or, put forward a maintenance plan. This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard since you told me that Prius batteries were made out of mountaintops.
Which what?
All batteries are made out of mountaintops.
Yeah.
Lithium-ion.
Lithium-ion batteries. Some lithium-ion.
But seriously, it's just trash. Like, iPads and phones and things, they take them apart, they put the screen on a new one, like, well, not a new one, but they recycle the parts onto other phones so they don't get, thrown away and burnt in the middle of a field in Africa.
Proper recycling.
But these speakers are trash just for a coupon. Like, how many people are actually willing to do that? I obviously people are.
Not me. That requires an amount of stupidity that I could never amalgamate in my life. not sure amalgamate's the right word for that. Amass in my lifetime. I will never amass that much stupidity into one thought. That's not true. I've thought of some pretty stupid things, but I digress. Why would you do that? That's just a waste of money. Oh my gosh. And it's just going back into the atmosphere anyways, like you said. It's just dumb. I seriously hope, I don't hope, but I can picture somebody hacking into the system and then just like sending a signal out to all of the new speakers just a brick, just to put the company under. I'm just saying, that could be a thing. Watch out, America. Anonymous is coming.
Yeah, well, screw them. I like my wiretaps better. They don't brick.
It's true.
My little Amazon wiretaps, they get the job done, damn it.
Amazon your wiretaps. Like,
yeah, my wiretaps. That's what they are. The hockey pack wiretap in the kitchen, the thermos wiretap out in the living room. They know how to operate my lights, and they're always listening to me.
You wearing a wire? What? We're going to talk a little bit about security in a little bit because we have a big thing coming up, a big issue of national security.
Oh, yes.
That we bring Ariadne in on the scene to talk a little bit about. So enjoy this anonymous beeping in the background as we do a little bit of a set change. I'm going over there, he's going that way, and we're going to, yeah. We have more to talk about. My name is D-Max.
I'm Ariadne.
And we are going to talk about war.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing at this point. Turf war, race war. What else war? Lots of war. German war.
Well,
not this time.
Specifically war against Iran.
Yes, we are going against Iran because our president, God King Trump, needs to have one last hoorah to see him get re-elected next term. We'll see how that goes. Usually when you are appealing to the younger, trying to appeal to younger audience who think that warmongering is immoral.
Atrocious.
Even in certain cases, sinful, devious, obnoxious.
Certainly obnoxious.
You're not gonna have a good time, boyo. And we have a fresh new bit of voters coming in too that recently turned 18 that have been looking at all of the political hubbub that has been happening over the past term. Like, I have a feeling that we are going to have a bigger voter turnout after everything that's happened.
Well, I really hope so. Voter turnout has been shown to actually help the Democrats, which is probably why a lot of Republicans actively work against it. I mean, we could look at examples in Wisconsin where people are getting kicked off the voter rolls. Georgia was a notable example. And all of this happened after the Supreme Court, our unelected monarchical heads decided that we no longer had to honor the Voting Rights Act. And counties where there had been notable suppression against minorities voting no longer had to be overseen.
I'm actually thinking of specifically back in the last election when Donald Trump was about to be elected. He won by the Electoral College vote.
He did.
And I should have mentioned that, but my brain trailed.
It was really similar to what happened when the last Republican president was also illegitimately elected by the Electoral College, which should be abolished.
Yeah, I kind of agree at this point.
Well, it's not even that I necessarily would like more Democrats in office. That's not what this is about, because I actually am a fairly staunch anarchist, and I don't believe that anyone should be in charge of anybody else.
And at this point, I'm looking at the Democrats like the same type of demon, different color.
Well, they are still paid by the same people. However, when it comes to utter chaos in the government and breaking our government, the Democratic Party has been shown that they'd rather preserve the institutions than create chaos and light it all on fire.
Like that.
Like the current dumpster fire that we're seeing, where Mitch McConnell broke the Senate and now nothing gets through.
Oh, dang it, Mitch McConnell.
Moscow Mitch. He knows who is buttering his bread.
Mm-hmm. And some very Russian butter.
Anyway, back to the current events that are happening. As I'm assuming everyone knows by this point,
World War III.
No, it's not World War III yet.
I know, everybody's
We are on the cusp of World War III.
We are on a dangerous escalation, people are calling it.
So, our dear illustrious leader, who shall not be questioned
President
ever
God King
by
Trump.
anybody,
Never.
apparently, without approval from Congress or the Senate or really just about anybody decided to stage an assassination of a gentleman named Soleimani. I don't know if he actually is a gentleman. He seems like he,
Assassination.
maybe has been really closely tied to terrorist groups, but that's still not a reason to kill somebody who is not presenting an imminent threat. Oh my God. There was another casualty in this targeted attack that happened. And that was the fifth, he was number 5 as far as the resistance movement in Iraq. So there's a sizable chunk of the population in Iraq who's really tired of our unending occupation of their country and would really like their country back. And this person was involved in setting up things to make that happen, like some of the protests that stormed the embassy. Are you mocking me?
No.
This is very serious. This is very serious.
This is very serious. But I am a comedian by trade, not a politician.
This is very serious, and we are on the cusp of World War III.
Back to schedule.
Anyway, there was a targeted assassination, which has pissed off Iran, which is a really bad idea because they have the world's 5th largest military. They are not powerless. They are not without resources, and they certainly have the backing of both Syria, Russia, and probably China and Turkey for that matter too, since all those people tend to hang out. And by extension, North Korea, because why not?
Yes, the meth head of Asia, North Korea.
Do they have meth in North Korea?
They act like they're on meth.
I think they act like they're all brainwashed.
Well, yeah, obviously. It is just not an observation. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just a comparison.
Okay.
Erratic behavior, spending a lot of money on stuff that they don't need and not eating very much.
Yeah, starving their citizenry. Yeah.
Meth.
Yeah.
Meth. I'm just saying. There's a couple of comparisons we can't avoid with that. And it's it's basically giving a meth head an M16, and that's
anyway. Back to what we were talking about. I wanted to point out something really important, which is that Donald Trump is doing exactly what he accused President Barack Obama of attempting to do back in 2012 when he was seeking re-election.
Which is really interesting, given the current amount of hypocrisy he has already displayed.
I don't even think he's capable of seeing it. I think we're looking at somebody who actually is mentally deficient. There's problems there. However, it's really interesting that sometimes the evil tell you exactly what they're going to do. And then it might take a while, but they end up doing it. So he's doing exactly what he accused Barack Obama of setting up when he was seeking re-election, which is starting a war with Iran. And there are still tweets out there that back this up. We have a link that we're putting in.
Thank God for Twitter and keeping
Twitter never forgets.
Twitter never forgets. And that is why Twitter is an ineffective political tool to rant on when you're feeling a little upset.
Well, don't go on there when you're particularly butthurt and say things that you might regret later.
Yeah.
Be consistent in your positions. It's not that difficult.
Last I checked, that was high school 101. Don't say ridiculous stuff on Twitter if you don't want beef on your front door.
Well, when I was in high school, Twitter wasn't exactly a thing.
Yeah.
Facebook had just started, so... and I've dated myself.
Zuck Markerberg.
Yeah, don't get me... That is an entire different conversation about evil. Once again, we have stumbled into that classic blunder, which is, don't get involved in a land war in Asia.
Yes.
Just don't go up against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
It's time to do.
But in all seriousness, I don't quite understand. Well, let's look at this objectively for a second, and I'm picking your brain on this.
Sure.
What are the goals that people have, both plain and obvious and possibly behind the scenes, for starting a war with Iran?
Okay.
What is to gain here?
Well, for one, when there is a war happening, a president is far more likely to be reelected. This was shown when George W. Bush was reelected in the mid-2000s. FDR actually is another good example of that during World War II, where where he ended up seeking a fourth term because he wanted to finish out the war, and was reelected for that reason, amongst others.
Mitt Romney.
Mittens.
Yeah, Mr. Mittens.
Mr. Mittens.
Oh, gosh. Imagine if he's thinking about running for president again.
Well, it's really interesting that...
vote for Mittens.
And I'm not saying that it's, like, a good thing, but I can't imagine evangelicals rallying around a Mormon.
You're right. But
then again, I also never thought they'd rally around a rapist, adulterous piece of shit like Trump.
That's true. That's also true. Honestly, it reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean at the end of the second one where, Jack is gone, and then Barbossa shows up and is like, so, what's become of my ship? That's Mr. Mittens.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm just really... And I think I speak for a lot of people of my generation. We're really tired of not only, like, the Republican agenda of give the rich more shit while the rest of us starve and have to work 3 jobs to make ends meet, as well as the neoliberals who, a lot of them are war hawks. I mean...
Neoliberals as war hawks.
Neoliberals are not our friends. They tend to be corporatists. So you're looking at people in the Democratic Party who are not part of the progressive wing. And that really isn't appealing to people of my generation and younger.
Goodness.
Because we're really tired of this. Our country, like, we used to have functioning government until the Republicans decided to break our government, which really started with Reagan. This goes back 30 years. That's where the seeds of Donald Trump were planted.
Yeah, there was a specific comparison that was said at some point. Oh, at one point or another, there was an article put out that said something along the lines of criticizing Iran for wanting to go to war instead of taking care of their own people. Now, you can see
Weird!
You can see the irony in all of that.
The irony is palpable.
Palpable is an understatement.
That's really strange because we have definitely crumbling infrastructure. I mean, we were in Minnesota when the 35W bridge collapsed.
Yes.
And anyone in this country who drives on our roads knows our infrastructure is crumbling and badly in need of investment.
Yeah. And to top it all off, like, not even our physical infrastructure, which needs some work, but also our economical infrastructure, especially when it comes to helping out the impoverished here on this lovely country.
And it's not even necessarily about helping out the impoverished. It's not about charity. It's about being able to make a living wage working one job.
Absolutely. And right now, that is not a possibility.
I don't even make minimum wage, and I have to work 2 jobs. This is my daily reality, and that's because our economic system is broken.
Because it's experience, I'm not going to lie, you can't eat experience.
No, you can't eat experience.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
And then I'm my stuff with the Scouts, like, I don't get paid too much for that either. And I feel so bad because each of my employers looks at me, sees the economy, has a very sad look on their face and says, we wish we could do more. And it just pleads once again to
and all of
crumbling
this is happening when you have like Betsy DeVos who, have nesting super yachts, like the babushka dolls.
The babushka
nesting super yachts. And, you look at the tax cuts that were passed, and those don't benefit my income bracket.
Exactly.
The vast majority of that benefit goes to the very rich, who don't need more of their taxes cut.
And another thing I'd like to point out that was a thing recently, food stamps got cut.
A large amount of people who were just thrown off food stamps, to really tell people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and stop relying on food.
Yeah, the Trump administration was looking to introduce a plan
750,000.
cutting food stamps for 750,000 people. And
that's 750,000 people. Well, don't need to eat so much and work harder. You need to work harder. Really, that's the whole thing. You need to have 5 jobs and never stop working because, otherwise you just need to eat less.
I don't know if you saw the ridiculous look on my face, but
I think you rolled your eyes so hard you saw your brain.
So yeah, that's where we sit. World War III is a possibility.
Let's spend more money on wars and killing people in the Middle East who probably want nothing more than to just go about their lives, having some semblance of control over their own governments and land and resources.
Yep, let's completely ignore our crumbling infrastructure and go pew-pew at the Middle East.
Yes. This is a very good plan. I can't see this ending badly at all.
All I can see is, was it Night at the Museum 2, where it's General Custer, and he's like, all right, we're going to say we're going to attack, and then we'll attack. So
yeah.
they're all been sitting there.
I can't really say that any of this is particularly surprising, but it is incredibly disappointing. I was hoping we could make it through 2020 without inciting any international incidences with countries that hate us.
Incite the riot. Take down the rich. Let's eat the rich. Eat, eat, eat.
Well, I mean, that would solve some of our problems. The rich can't make war with the poor. I mean, as far as, like, using us as infantry, if they don't exist.
Why do they always send the poor?
Why do they always send the poor?
Why do they always send the poor? System of a Down fan until death.
I could scream it into the mic.
Why do they always send the poor? So that's where we stand in Politica nowadays, and we'll definitely be covering this more as time goes on, because Lord knows there's going to be plenty more coming up. We might end up in World War III, and if we do, we're going to have more to talk about than the Trump presidency had ever given us when it started, because then we're going to move on to World War III memes, as well as relevant conversations on why we should actually be afraid of this.
Well, I really am concerned that I moved near Boston, one of the largest cities in the country, and probably definitely a target from Russia.
Otis Air Force Base is right down the Cape.
Yeah, right by where I live in Sandwich.
Yeah.
I could walk there from my apartment.
So,
cool.
More on that later.
Yeah,
And
we'll keep you updated if I die.
Anonymous beeping in the back. So another thing that has been coming up is, as many people know, if you are existing in this world right now, we are officially living in the years of 2020. That's right. We're officially in the clear year of seeing everything clearly. 2020 vision, one might say. So, in honor of 2020, we want to talk a little bit about the last 10 years of YouTube. So, like, the different influencers of the time, the comedy, the constant unboxings. Like, everybody was unboxing toys. It was ridiculous.
I was unboxing cell phones.
Yes,
I had a lot of those.
Gosh. And with titans like, was it Philip DeFranco, back when he was Sexy Phil, Justine, Mystery Guitar Man. Oh, I loved Mystery Guitar Man growing up. Because I had just become a fresh musician at the time, and I'm watching this guy doing loops with guitars and films, and I'm like, this guy's so cool. I was super big on Mystery Guitar Man.
Do you remember the most insane, particular video that Justine did?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't watch her annoying ass.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Justine fan, honestly.
I liked her sometimes because I knew she did video editing stuff, so she had something relevant to say to me from time to time, and she liked shiny electronics, so what can I say?
That's fair.
But that being said, though, being her tech influence and internet influence and such, she was one of the first people that I knew of, as far as the internet went, that had one of the first iPhones. And you remember what the happened with the first iPhone when people started using those phones for like a month?
Didn't they explode or something?
No, they got their bill.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember.
A lot.
That happened to me once. A 300+ page bill in a box.
Here's your bill. I didn't get that because I didn't get an iPhone until like the 4S, so
Oh, well, see, neither did I, but I still ended up accidentally. I figured out what it was. Why that happened is when people signed up for iPhone, AT&T automatically enrolled them in something that categorized all of their text messages, all of their phone calls. And with, new smartphones and iPhones and whatever else, people are texting each other like they're just in group chat. So people were getting 300-page bills that were just phone numbers back and forth saying how many text messages they sent. And I got a 400-page one in a box once because that option was accidentally on.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. On another end, I do have to say that I just remembered one of my favorite... How could I have forgotten about this YouTuber? Thank you a lot for watching Equals 3. I'm Ray William Johnson, and I approve this message. So tell me, world, what gets you high? Doing your
Dude,
doing your mom, doing your mom, doing your mom. How could I forget Ray William Johnson in Equals 3? That was my stuff back in the day.
It's because he's put a lot of effort and work into covering up a lot of the older things. I mean, Equals 3, everything of Equals 3 is still up, but did you know that he did something on YouTube before that? Like, prior to the 2008 election, his thing on YouTube was politics. Then all of a sudden Obama was elected and he's like, well, I don't know what to do anymore. I'll just look at memes.
Back before memes was a coined term.
And then Equals 3 was born.
Oh, loved Equals 3 so much. Do you remember the energy episode where he just like slowly but surely escalated by like, he started with like coffee, then he went to energy drinks.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Okay. We gotta find this one, and I need to show Doug. We just need to show. If you are able to accommodate, oh glorious producer, we need to look up this one episode of Equals 3. It's super short.
Hey, what's up, guys? You like coffee? I like coffee. Let's have coffee. You guys
I should
think I can do
remember
this video in under 1 minute? Let's try it out. First video is a Russian car crash.
Oh no! Wow! Hey! Oh!
Wow! That guy could have died, but he didn't. Good thing that guy had a dash cam. Thanks, Russia. More energy! Last episode we had a bouncy slide. This episode we have a bouncy slide, but this one's way down.
Throwing baby dolls against the wall and stuff.
Bouncy slide? More like slip and slide, am I right? Most comfortable accident I've ever seen. I mean, look, landing in water, big soft slide. I'm just saying, her butt cheeks look like pillows.
Booty.
Yeah! More energy. Now, this last video was of a cute dog in a car. Yeah, I love him. I wish he were making noises, though.
Videos people already made.
Careful, guys. Dog and mirror may be closer than you appear. I'm Ray William Johnson. Try and find the hidden picture and hurry up and click this button.
That was it. Yep. Oh no. What's this?
Did we make it in under a minute? Woohoo! I'll see you guys in a few days.
All right.
Please research. Thank you. Oh, and that's where we have to stop that because I literally could go on. I've gone on Equals 3 binges in the 2010s.
Oh yeah.
Just watching over and over again because of how much I miss that format. And I felt so bad because he tried to replace himself in Equals 3 and it just fell flat on its face. It's like, oh Ray, you were the only person that could fit this up. But
it wasn't gonna work.
It wasn't. But he's actually back on YouTube now.
Really?
Yeah, he's pardon me, my leg itches. He's doing mental health videos in sort of in the style of the sketch episodes he was doing on Facebook and Equals 3 combined. And he's talking about mental health.
Nice.
Like, it's
awesome.
actually really cool. Like, he's become a huge mental health advocate, which I thought was pretty cool.
Well, that seems to be YouTube nowadays. Go lifestyle or go home.
Yeah. So on the other end of things, there are a couple other people we gotta mention. Tay Zonday. Chocolate rain. I breathe away from the mic to stay sane. Chocolate rain. The people think I sound good, though I'm lame. Chocolate rain. I'm sorry, I can't.
Did you know he's originally from St. Paul?
No, I didn't.
Or Minneapolis. Either way, the Twin Cities in general.
Yeah, mind you, I said some nasty stuff. I actually do like Tay Zonday. I did enjoy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fantastic. His voice is like butter.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
And I will still never forget that episode of South Park where he meets all of the other, like, first generation memes. He just takes one look at the chipmunk that does that. He's just like, ugh, my brains. I quoted that forever. No, I quoted that forever, and like I love the Epic Chipmunk. That was my favorite one when I was growing up was the Epic Chipmunk, and it's just like da da da, and then it was a lightsaber, just like. So many good memories of the internet.
Yes.
But I coined that phrase for a while, and anytime somebody said something weird to me when I was like in junior high, I just look and I just go, ugh, my brains. So that was a lot of fun. And who else? Oh gosh. And also, our very own Mr. Mountain Dew. Isn't that right, Tony?
The f*** you just say to me, kid?
You were on YouTube before I ever was.
Oh yes, like all of these people are my inspirations for why I do any of this now. I was like, I could do all that just with a computer, just at my house. I could make any of this happen.
Gosh, how many episodes? Did you only do the one episode of What's in My Car?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a one-off thing. Otherwise I like ranty stuff. I like talky stuff. I like saying
when you ranted about the swine flu.
Yeah, we used a clip of that earlier.
Yeah, I that's still like the one I always remember. It's just like, we're talking about swine flu, and then you just cut to facial change was dramatic. Oh goodness! And then yeah.
Wait. We gotta play it. We gotta play it.
Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Mountain Dew once again, and I'm going to show you some of the things I found in my car. Ramen, Cheerios Chex Mix, panty ads. Oh, do you know what that means? Scissors, a tampon. Oh no. A mess up hockey puck. A
Watch your mouth.
G1. So tell me, what have you found in your car?
Oh, wait for it.
Oh my gosh. You know what boggles my mind? I work with kids the same age as you in that video.
Yeah.
And like I'm seeing them side by side with you, and I'm like, ah.
I've got living evidence that I was once slightly more innocent.
I don't think there's any evidence of me as a kid that hasn't been erased. At one point or another, we had a huge mini-series that we did together called Wild Nature. That was fun. I won't bring that back. And it's just random stuff. I would just take one of my friends and describe them as some random animal. We had our twins friends Mariah and Axel, and I described them as the crazy sisters or something of the sort. And it ended with me running out of the door of my house, Mariah hot on my tail, and me just screaming.
I can see.
You know something funny? I actually have a video with audio of my roommate's sister singing something ridiculous at my phone. See, they were Jewish and she was singing some weird ass shit about Jesus or something. I don't remember. It was funny, and I have it on my computer somewhere.
Nice. Grand days of YouTube. Can't go wrong.
Oh no, we've been streaming live on Facebook this whole time.
Are you serious?
What?
No, but that was a nice reaction though.
You f***ing dick. Suck my long finger.
I'm blurring those. I'm blurring that. I blurred all that. I blurred it. Hey, it's not there. It didn't exist.
Yes.
And now, And now for our favorite thing to debut. It has been a long time coming. This has been in the works for a while, but we have finally done it. Woke up at 3 a.m. to go and do this in the bright early ass of the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you
Drive-thru game show.
Drive-thru game show. Check it out. All right, so ladies and gentlemen of the Too Damn Early Show, we are officially in the mix to do ourselves a game show, a drive-thru game show. As you know it, I'm D-Max.
And I'm Daily Jade.
And we are going to go and punk some people in the drive-thru. We're gonna drive up and we're gonna give them a straight up freaking game show, and they're not gonna know what to do with themselves. So it's gonna be an interesting.
I actually think there's only one girl in there too. I only seen one girl when I walked in. There could have been another girl somewhere, but I didn't see anybody else other than her.
So we got a camera pointed out over at the drive-thru. We're currently at the side, ready to plot our move. We got the Dahlia Jade cam, and then of course the GoPro recording the whole thing. In the back we have Sexy Doug, just making sure that we're all good.
Look how sexy he is too.
He's ready to bounce if we end up getting our asses kicked for some god-awful reason. So without further ado, let's get to the magic.
Let's do it up.
Why is your phone playing music?
All right,
somebody give me money, please.
I'm gonna give you right now. That's not mine playing.
117, honey.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
It's not mine playing.
Oh, it's thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll add it in post.
Does look like it was swiped though.
Alright.
So what if I told you could win a $10 Cumberland Farms gift card today?
I'd say how?
How? Well, I can tell you how. Welcome to Drive-Thru Game Show! I'm D-Max.
I'm Daily Jade.
And we are from the Too Damn Early Show, and we are giving away a $10 Cumberland Farms gift card, and all you have to do is just answer a couple of simple questions.
Okay.
So, may I please have the question giver device?
There it is.
We picked on you guys because you look dead.
Alright, we are pretty dead.
Oh, that's great. That leaves us plenty of time. So, starting off with the first bit of questions. These are going to be multiple choice. Number one, how far does Cape Cod extend? Is it A, 65 miles? Is it B, 58 miles? Is it C, 75 miles? Or is it D, 60 miles?
Oh,
A, 65 miles. Ooh, that's, we're gonna have to double check that one.
Correct. On this lake.
You are correct! Wonderful, and we got someone behind us, so we will keep it down to 2 questions just to keep it simple and easy. So the next one, this is something that we're very curious if people know. What was the Buzzards Bay disaster of 2003? It happened in the canal.
Oh, the boat.
Yes?
Boat hit the bridge.
Boat hit the bridge? What kind of boat was it?
It's got a cruise ship.
It was not a cruise ship. It spilled something.
Oil.
Oil spill. That's correct. She wins Drive-Thru Game Show.
Finally have a winner.
We have a winner. Well, ma'am, do we have permission to put you on the show? Or do you like, okay, here is a $10 gift card to Cumberland Farms. Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey.
Look it up. It's the Too Damn Early Show. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, also as a podcast on any podcast streaming.
Awesome. I will look that up.
All right. Thank you so much. Take care.
Yeah.
Oh, these hash browns are gonna taste so good.
And then good tasting hash brown. Hash brown.
Ass brown.
My ass brown.
Oh God, did you see how happy that lady's face was? Oh my God. Here's your change in receipt, by the way.
Hash browns.
Oh my gosh. But what about the other ones that we did?
That deserves a round of applause.
Oh, I know. I saw how many other clips there were, but that
That's a piece of art right there. It was perfect, exactly the way it was. Exactly what she said made me so happy to hear it.
We did that.
Yep, we sure did.
That was crazy. Hello.
I just have to say, that was absolutely beautiful. That made me so happy to see. That was so fun to watch.
Yeah, that whole experience was buggo nuts. Like, it was a lot of fun, but it was crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Was it awkward? It looked awkward.
It was pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Like, we had hit a couple of other places beforehand, before that one lady. And there was just some awkward moments with these people. We might show that in a super compilation at some point. But I gotta say, it was a wonderful experience. That one lady was like perfect in every way.
Yep.
She was interested. She was suspicious at first, but she was interested and she was down for it. She won. The only thing that really sucks is just like there's so much pressure when you feel like someone behind you waiting for their food. You're just like, oh, you gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. You gotta go. So it's one of those things where it's definitely an acquired taste. But this kind of public outreach stuff, there will be more of it in the future, I'm telling you.
Definitely.
Drive-thru game show is here to stay.
I just love that first approach with our initial target. That lady shut you down quick.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like she said straight up, it's like it's too damn early for this.
She used our catchphrase against us.
Funny as heck. But when will we do it again? You will find out soon. But in the meantime, that is our show. I've got to tell you right now, you can find us on Facebook or YouTube at Too Damn Early Show, where you can catch our video podcast. Other socials such as Twitter at Too Damn Early FM, Instagram or SoundCloud at Too Damn Early Show, and you can listen with podcast downloaders such as iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and Google Play Music. Don't forget Amazon, Alexa, and Google Assistants. All you have to do is say, "Hey Alexa," or "Hey," or "Okay Google, play the Too Damn Early Show podcast on TuneIn." See, even my phone's doing it right now. You see that? Perfect. The only thing is though, it caught everything else along with it. Wonders of technology nowadays. And don't forget about our podcast host Podbean online at toodamnearlyshow.podbean.com, and including the Podbean app on the App Store or Google Play. And an inspirational quote for you guys. You were surprised Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. Imagine how surprised he must have been. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to the Too Damn Early Show. My name is D-Max.
I'm Sexy Doug.
And to our listeners on Cape Cod and beyond, we bid you good morning.
Good morning.